and welcome to the study room with me, Matthew Bentley, and Macaulay Culkin's spasticated cousin, Frank Harris.
Alright, you did use a very similar. Fucking hell, Skype. You did use a very similar insult a few weeks ago.
Alright, well, it's not like I fucking write these cunts down, if I'm honest.
Fair enough.
Right. Alright, so a kick-off this week, I want to talk about something a bit different. I don't think we've ever talked about something on the news before, have we?
No, we haven't.
No, well,
Well, not really, anyway. We might have touched on it a few times, but...
I don't know, but I saw this story and thought we should comment on it because it seemed to be significant.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it might be worth giving an opinion on the matter.
Yeah.
Right, so are you familiar with Joe Cox?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Just to clarify for anyone who's unfamiliar, I can't imagine why you'd be unfamiliar, but there we go. Joe Cox was a Labour MP who was very outspoken against racism and was very much in favour of immigration and integration within the UK.
Mm-hmm.
And she was, I think it was yesterday this was, wasn't it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yesterday she was gunned down by a man who allegedly was a Britain First supporter. At the time of this recording, it's been unconfirmed as to whether or not he was Britain First or not.
He did shout Britain First.
Supposedly, there's a lot of
scene.
supposedly there's a lot of conflicting eyewitness statements on that matter.
Right. Okay.
But at this moment in time, we can't say either way whether he was a Britain First supporter or not. So, the thing I'm mostly thinking about talking about is Paul Golding's response.
Okay.
Have you seen that?
No.
Well, you give me your 2 cents on the shooting first, and then...
It's just dreadful.
Yeah, it's...
Didn't need to happen. Shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, it's a waste of a perfectly good human life, really. She was only 41.
Mm-hmm.
And
she's got 2 young daughters.
Yeah.
They're going to grow up without a mother.
But what I really did not like Paul Golding's response to the matter. It was incredibly unprofessional.
Go on. What did he say?
Well, the first thing he opened up with,
mm-hmm.
right, just let this set the tone for the entire statement. It's funny, but in a dark way.
Right.
I hope Joe Cox makes a speedy recovery.
What?
She's dead. She's dead. She's not making.
Hold on, no, because it wasn't confirmed whether she was going to live or die at one point. By the time the time calendar was on at 6 o'clock, it had been confirmed that she'd died. But I think before that, people were still.
I think by the time I watched this video, I knew she had died.
Yeah.
And it got uploaded on the day.
Well, no. He probably made that comment while she was in hospital being tended to.
I thought she died on the scene, didn't she?
I'm not sure. To be honest, I think we're both a little bit too ignorant on the issue to really start commenting on it this.
Well, to be honest, I still think that it's fucking. I hope she makes a speedy recovery. Well, she'd been shot in the street.
In that situation, that's probably not the best thing to say because it could go tits up should it be taken.
Yeah, it was just
wrongly.
Fucking. It was just a dreadful way to open it.
Well, if that is the case, then there has been a lot of dickheadedness about serious subjects in
I don't think he even meant it. I don't know what you mean by dickheadedness, but I don't think he was intentionally being a dick. He just said, I hope she makes a speedy recovery.
What about Donald Trump saying, I saw this coming about the Orlando gay club shooting? That was just terrible.
Yeah, I saw.
And in the next year, we face 2 massive things happening, 2 bad things, in my opinion, happening. Leaving the EU and having Donald Trump as president, pretty much world president, because that's what the president of the United States is, isn't it?
He's not president of the world.
Well,
he's president
near enough.
He's president of a superpower. He's president. He's got. I'd say he's got control of about a third of the world.
But the US are the richest country in the world,
Yeah, that's what I'm
and they
saying.
have a hell of a lot of influence
All right. But
relative to everyone else.
yeah, and what else did Paul Golding say in that video? It came out with that this person may or may not have shouted Britain first and then tried to defend Britain. He just made it all about defending Britain first. And what I found absolutely hilarious about this video in a dark, ironic way was a Britain First supporter said, even if the shooter was a Britain First supporter, you can't tarnish the entire group based on the actions of a minority. And someone replied to that comment with, you could say the same about Muslims.
What?
Well, you could. You could say the same about Muslims. That's what Britain First is all about, getting rid of the Muslims because they're all terrorists. We could just as easily say all Britain First people are violent shooters just because of the actions of a minority.
Sorry about that. I wasn't thinking.
Yeah. You could say the same about all Muslims, and not all Muslims. You could say the same about Muslims in that context, yeah. Not all. You can't base the actions of the entire group based on the actions of a minority.
Mm-hmm. No, you can't.
That's my. I don't know if you've got anything else to say.
Not really.
Not really.
I'm not really politically minded.
What do you think of Harambe the gorilla? Harambe the gorilla who got shot.
The gorilla that got shot.
This is old at this point, but we've been off for a few weeks now.
Yeah, we're bringing this podcast here only a very slight 3 weeks late.
Yeah. What about Harambe the gorilla? What do you think of him?
Was that the gorilla that got shot when the little girl fell into the gorilla enclosure?
Yeah.
Well, the thing that shocks me most is it's actually something that you posted on Facebook, but the parents have been charged with neglect, but Madeleine McCann's parents, who left the child in an Algarve apartment,
they're like the best parents in the world apparently.
Yeah, and they didn't get charged with neglect, but they also made a lot of money out of it by selling books.
Yeah, have you read those books?
No.
I've read sections of those books. I've not actually supported them by buying a book because fuck that, you know. But they come out with all sorts about Madeleine. Kate McCann said, a quote from Kate McCann from the book is, "It pains her to think about her child's perfect genitals being destroyed."
What? Really?
It pains me to think about my child's perfect genitals. You don't.
Oh,
no one.
Christ.
No one writes that.
No.
No, I thought that was pretty fucked up. That was pretty sick. But you know, people wanted justice for Harambe the gorilla, and we've got it because Harambe's relatives, his gorilla family, have outsourced work to the alligators.
Right.
I'm hoping someone listening has got that joke.
It's not about someone falling into.
Yeah, a 2-year-old was dragged off by an alligator in Orlando.
It all happens in Orlando, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the alligator's probably got ties to ISIS.
We probably shouldn't be poking fun at things like that. These are serious things in the news, and this is a pretty tongue-in-cheek podcast, but I don't want to get...
This is a comedy podcast, though,
Yeah,
Frank.
This is a comedy podcast, but we shouldn't be poking fun at serious things in the news like this, because then we could get slated by the 10 or 11 people that listen to this.
The 10 or 11 people who listen to us have got me on Facebook, and this is the same kind of shit I post on Facebook.
Right, fair enough. And it's a similar thing happened with Cecil the lion a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Where the dentist shot the lion.
Yeah.
And there was a massive fuss about that because he had a name.
We've got Cecil the lion and Harambe the gorilla, right?
Yeah.
But we're not talking about Abdul, the Syrian refugee who's been shot in the fucking head. No. There was a child who washed up on the beaches of France, wasn't there, a few years ago?
A few years ago? I thought that was quite recent.
I think it was like last year.
Is this when there was the refugee thing?
Yeah.
No, that was a few months ago.
Was it?
What your sense of time is amounting to?
I'm tired at the minute, incredibly tired, Frank, but I'm carrying on.
No, it was only a few months ago.
Do you know that child's name?
No.
I don't know that child's name either, but I know Harambe the gorilla and Cecil the lion.
I don't know why I'm laughing, but you have made a fantastic point.
Yeah. And yeah.
Right.
We don't know that kid's name, but we know of Harambe the gorilla and Cecil the lion.
Two names that aren't even common.
Harambe did abduct a child though, and I heard he's got ties to ISIS as well as Harambe.
You've already made that joke.
Yeah, I know, but I'm making
about the crocodile. Stop making the same jokes.
Harambe, do you not remember the last time a gorilla had ties to ISIS was in New York?
Really? Go on.
King Kong. King Kong.
Yeah, fair enough.
He took down the fucking Empire State Building.
Well, we're 11 minutes into this podcast. We've made zero attempts at talking about something that we normally talk about. We've instead talked about politics and news.
We talked about Harambe the gorilla and Cecil the lion and a dead
Actually,
child.
to be honest, I think it might be Cecil the lion, not Cecil.
I think it's pronounced Cecil.
All right, fair enough. Well, Cecil is Sideshow Bob's brother in
The Simpsons.
Yeah.
And where does that come from?
Where's what come from?
Why are you bringing up The Simpsons?
Because Cecil, Sideshow Bob's brother. And I'm just saying Cecil is his name is Cecil, spelt the same as Cecil. So I'm thinking that it might be Cecil the lion. It's a bloody good job I had my phone turned off in my exam and I had it on silent because you were I was spamming the shit out of me.
Yeah, I was. Right. He said to me, right, this cunt said to me, I'll meet you in the study room at half past 2, and we'll do the podcast then. I said, all right. I was there at 2 o'clock. I'm like, all right, I'm early. I hung around for a fucking hour, right? And just as I'm going, you know what, fuck this, I'm off home, this cunt walks through the door.
Yeah.
I thought that was my phone going off then.
Anyway, yeah.
But yeah.
So, yeah. We should probably make a quick announcement. This is the last episode in the second series.
Season 2. Is it?
It is, yeah.
I don't know.
Well, this is the 6th episode. What we're going to do is we're going to do the same as last time. We're going to leave it a few weeks until we start making plans, or solid plans for Season 3, because there will be a Season 3, but we will most likely meet up and do a live episode. But if you follow us on Facebook, we'll keep you updated on that.
Season 3 is going to be the last season, isn't it?
Yes, and it's going to have better production quality as well.
Ooh.
Much better.
There is a light at the end of the tunnel, guys.
Yeah. And I've already done the artwork for the overlay.
Ooh, fuck me, Frank.
Well, you've seen it.
Have I?
Yeah, I showed you.
I don't remember.
Oh.
I don't remember.
I could probably get it up on the computer, but it doesn't really matter.
No, we'll just focus on this now.
Okay.
All right, so you set up a Tinder profile, didn't you?
I have set up a Tinder profile.
Yeah, we talked about that.
We haven't talked about it on the podcast. Oh, hold on, I'm getting a text message.
I thought that was me.
Yeah, well,
ignore it. Ignore it.
Right, it's just my mother.
Should we right?
Right, so, yeah, my Tinder profile. We haven't discussed it on a podcast yet. We've discussed it very loosely on Facebook.
Have you got any matches?
I've had one match, but it was basically when I wasn't looking at how far away she was. She was 36 miles away. I've gotten no, because I have my Tinder profile to set to discover people who are within a 15-mile radius, right? But for some reason, someone who was 36 pissing miles away came up. I swiped left and immediately said, "It's a match." I mean, I did quite like the girl, but, you know... It's just
36 miles away. Oh, my God.
So that's essentially like driving from my house, the roadway, to Leeds, back to my house, and back to Leeds again, which I really don't want to do.
Where did she live?
I have no idea. As soon as I saw... Actually, I don't think it said. It just
said... Did you have a conversation with her then?
No.
How do you know you liked her?
Because, you know, bio seemed pretty in order.
What have you still got her? Can I have a look?
Hold on, let's see what my internet's like at the moment.
Oh, I so hope you can.
No, we can't see it. I'm on Edge at the minute. I'm not on like H or H plus or 4G.
Cock, you absolute funny.
But this will be funny. I'll tell you what my Tinder bio says.
Go on then.
Okay. Well, originally it was 6 foot. That's all I've got going for me. But then I had to change it because I measured myself really accurately and realised that I'm actually only 5'11".
Right.
So I changed it to 5'11". That's it really. That's all I've got going for me. I play the drums too if that's hot, but probably not. I know beggars can't be choosers, but I prefer shorter girls.
Oh, I can remember you telling me about this bio before.
Oh, and I also put I'm only doing this to be honest to shut a friend up because you wanted me to get Tinder.
No, right. Going back to I like smaller girls thing.
Oh yeah, I like right. I changed it from I like smaller girls to I like shorter girls because
because
even though I'm underage, it still makes me sound a bit noncy.
Wasn't it little girls to begin with?
No, it wasn't little girls. No, it was.
I think
was
it
small,
might have been little girls.
No, it wasn't little girls. It was smaller girls, and that still sounds pretty noncy, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, you don't want to go for smaller girls or little girls.
When I say smaller girls, I do mean like petite girls, not of a young age.
Not of a okay, Frank.
Just small.
Should
small
I
figure.
should I be telling someone about you, Frank?
No, definitely not.
So there you go, ladies. If anyone's listening, Frank is 5'11". He plays the drums.
£180.
It's £180.
100 of which are probably flab and 80 of which are probably muscle.
100 of which are probably flab and 80 of which are probably muscle, and he likes little girls, so...
Don't like little girls, short girls. Short.
You just said beggars can't be choosers, Frank.
Yeah, I know, but... fuck off. Right, well, will you do me a favour, Matty?
Yeah.
Will you reach into your pot of sex and get us out some anecdotes?
Right, let's think.
Will you do that?
Yeah, I'll reach into my pot of sex.
And what will you do when you've reached into your pot of sex?
Masturbate.
Fair enough, right, let's run the jingle.
Matty's sexual anecdotes, he'll tell you how to do it, so you better take notes. Matty will put on his specs and reach deep into his pot of sex.
Brilliant.
Alright, so, I don't know,
Come on, mate.
Oh, here's one. I don't think I've ever even told you this.
Right, go on.
I don't know. This is...
Well, we'll never know if you don't tell me. So
it's pretty personal. It's pretty personal, this,
Right,
well, all of them have been.
Well, I really appreciate you doing this, because your anecdotes are just hilarious.
Did I tell you about the time that my ex, like, first girlfriend I ever had?
Yeah.
She wanted to experiment.
Oh, no, yeah.
She wanted to experiment.
Oh, fucking hell, this is going to be brilliant.
So, like, tying each other to the bed and that.
Okay.
She wanted to give that a go. And, I think we'd been together for about 3 months and that, and to be honest, she wasn't that good.
Yeah, well, you told me about this girlfriend, yeah. The one that didn't really get you going.
Yeah.
Well, she got you going, but she didn't get you off.
Yeah, basically, it was... basically, she just used to lay there and not do anything.
Right. Well, maybe...
And I'm just like...
Maybe she was the one that believed that... Maybe she was the type of person that believes the man should take control.
I mean, I took a meet... Yeah, but meet me halfway. You know?
It's not me you're having sex with. You don't have to tell me to meet you halfway.
Well, someone meet me halfway, alright?
Stop coming on to our audience.
I'll come on our audience. Anyway. So, yeah, best way I can describe having sex with her, it was like doing sit-ups.
Yeah, you said this in episode 1. Doing sit-ups, knowing that you're never going to get a six-pack.
How do you remember these jokes? It don't matter, anyway.
Because I listen back to these podcasts a lot.
That's
mate.
sad. I don't... Okay, I never
I don't listen back to them a lot. I only do it, like, once a week.
Anyway, back to the tying each other up shit.
Yeah.
Alright, then. So, I tied her down first.
Right. And is this when she shouted rape? Was this just a trick to get you banged up?
She didn't shout rape, but to be honest, I kind of wish she did, because it would have meant she was at least trying to meet me halfway.
How could that possibly mean that?
Well, you know, some people have that kind of fantasy.
Of being raped?
Yeah.
No, that is not rape. That cannot be rape.
Yeah,
if you're fantasizing
if you're simulating it.
But it's still not rape, because if you're simulating it and you're enjoying the simulation, then it cannot possibly be amounting to rape.
We're not talking about actually raping my girlfriend, Frank.
Yeah, but even if it's a fantasy,
it doesn't amount to rape, no.
You're an idiot, Matty.
I'm not an idiot. You're simulating it for the sexual thrill.
There is no sexual thrill about rape. How could you even begin to try and...
Oh, sorry, Frank. Tell me about your fucking kinky sex experiences. Tell me how fucking learned you are on the fucking subject, you cock.
I'm very well versed in that subject. I've read many Stephen King novels that have sex scenes in them, and he goes quite far. Very well versed. Anyway, continue.
So, yeah, she didn't shout rape. Just to reiterate, I've not raped anyone. But, yeah, so, what was I saying now? Yeah, so I tied her up first. It was pretty awkward. I had no idea what I was doing. I think it took me about 2 or 3 times to actually get a knot that was strong enough to hold her.
Wait, so suddenly she's gone from not doing anything to writhing about while you try to do what she wants?
No, she weren't writhing. I just couldn't tie a knot.
How can you not tie a knot? Don't you tie your shoelaces every day?
What? No, I just kind of like slip them on.
Oh. Right, go on.
So, yeah, I had... Plus I was using her tights, so...
Ah, right.
That was quite difficult. So, yeah, it took me about 2 or 3 times to get a fucking knot that held her hands together, basically, against the bedpost. And then I went in her for a bit.
Right.
It was just pretty much the same as always, only her hands were tied up. You know.
So it was exactly the same way, because she never used her hands or her feet. She just lied still.
Yeah. But then it was my turn to get tied up. And that's where shit got interesting.
Did she just sit on top of you and just not do anything? Did she still expect you to do all the work, even though you were tied up, pretty much paralysed?
No, I asked her, have you ever tried this before? And she goes, no, I've never done it.
Oh, God.
Then she tied a fucking perfect knot first time.
Well, it doesn't... You know, you can be good at tying knots, but not necessarily being to S&M.
I'm like...
I can tie knots.
Fuck off, alright, with the knots, right? She tied a perfect knot first time. I couldn't get my hands out. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? She's done a fucking good job of this. I actually can't get away. You know, so I'm like, okay, so she's clearly done this before. So I went, you fucking liar. I actually did say that as well.
Yeah.
And then first thing she did was fucking hit me. Like,
where?
Across the chest and ribs and that.
Christ, what with?
Just her hands, but she did a fucking good, like, it was a solid smack.
Hell.
And she did that about 3 or 4 times.
You see, that's where I would draw the line if I was in that situation. I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? I'd be writhing away. I'd be like, fuck off.
I don't want to be a pussy, like.
Well, I would be in that situation, because I don't like getting hit. That's why I don't start fights.
I didn't particularly enjoy getting hit, but do you know what? I've committed to it now, so I'll just take it like a man.
Right.
Or a little bitch in that situation. And, yeah. And when she starts, you know, sucking me off and that, and to be honest, she weren't very good at blowjobs either, so... I got about as much as that as I usually got out of.
Right.
Only this time I couldn't force her head down, so it was a bit shit. But, yeah.
Is that it?
I can talk about, my last girlfriend if you want. Because I think I've got a similar story.
Alright, cool. Similar story.
Well, we didn't tie each other up.
Right, okay, go on.
But,
she's not going to get really pissed off again, is she? She's not going to come round to my house and beat the shit out of me, is she?
She's blocked me on Facebook, so...
Oh, right, okay, cool.
I
She
don't-
might still listen to the podcast.
She might. She might.
If you're listening, hi. Probably shouldn't have done that. Say hi, Matty.
Yeah, alright.
Right, go on.
You've still got me on Snapchat, so you can whinge your hair if you want.
Right, go on. Tell
I'd
the
rather
story.
you didn't, but...
Tell the story.
Right, so, she was quite into, whatchamacallit, rough stuff. Will you stop texting?
You're telling them the story, aren't
Alright, well, no, I'm telling you
well,
the story.
I'm still listening.
I'm telling you the story, and they're listening to the conversation.
Well, keep telling me the story. I'm going to carry on texting. I'll be able to do both.
Alright. So, yeah, she was quite into rough stuff as well. And, she liked her nipples being squeezed and twisted.
Right.
And that.
I don't like that.
It's a good thing I'm not doing it to you, innit, Frank?
Yeah. Will you fuck up? No! Matty, no, I'm holding my phone! Matthew!
Anyway, so, yeah, we're doing that for... I did that, and I did it quite hard as well. And,
Right. You didn't rip it off, did you?
Frank, I would not be telling that story.
Right.
Anyway, and, you know, give her tits a quick smack.
You said that so casually.
And, yeah, so, I did, you know, quite enjoyed that. And then she went to, London with her mum.
What, just after this?
No,
You'd
not
gone in there,
immediately after.
give her tits a smack.
I didn't give her tits a smack and then she got in the car and went on her way. It wasn't that kind of thing, you know. It was just like a few days later she went to London with her mum.
And went into Ann Summers and got some kinky shit, I'm guessing.
You're on the right lines, actually.
Oh, cool.
They went bra shopping.
Like I said, very well versed. I know what goes on.
No, I don't think you do.
Fair enough.
But they went bra shopping and that. And whenever she tried a bra on, she couldn't show her mum it. Because she had all these bruises and shit all over her tits. I didn't mean to do it that hard. I didn't think I did it that hard anyway, but I'd left some marks and that had stayed for a few days. And she was wearing these proper massive jumpers and that the entire time.
Right.
I didn't hear her complaining at the time, but she did complain when she went to London.
Right. I wouldn't complain whenever I go to London. I quite like it there.
Yeah, no, but she was complaining because her tits had marks on them.
And they were probably quite sore.
I think the nipples might be a bit sore.
Right, okay.
I can just see the sexual frustration in your eyes right now, Frank.
Yep, totally. Right, shall we move on?
Yeah, I've probably just I've probably said a lot about myself in this episode.
Yeah, you have. Right.
Yeah.
So we're gonna move on now to a one-off segment because it's the last in the thing.
Oh man.
I'm just gonna look in my music really quickly to see if I have any appropriate jingles.
If you've not got a specific jingle, don't bother.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, well this is just a one-off thing where I've written down the funniest thing I've heard this week, and I'm calling it
From me or from
quote
you
of the
or
week
what?
from anyone. The funniest thing I've heard all week. it's a good one.
Can I read it?
No, you can't. I'm reading it out.
Why can't I read it?
Alright, fair enough. You'll be the one who reads it out. Bear in mind the first thing that's written until it says that is me speaking.
Right, so Frank says, a hot dog sandwich means two things to me. Either a sandwich containing hot dog wieners, or a hot dog bun containing sandwich fillings.
You know, regular sandwich fillings like ham or
And
turkey.
Callum has come out with, or a boob wank.
it just made me piss myself at the time.
Thank you, Callum, and thank you, Frank, for the hot dog sandwich boob wank story.
Yep. Alright, shall we move on to my segment now? This is a very special segment.
Aren't we
actually.
making this? Oh wait, we're on half an hour now, so yeah, that'll work out. Wait,
Wait, if we still need to put some stuff in there, we can. I'm sure we can. Yeah, we can. Right. Okay. Well, again, because it's the last episode of this season, I thought I'd put not one but two Hateful Harrises into the episode. So let's run our jingle. I'm not going to run the jingle twice.
For fuck's sake, two
Right, let's
Hateful
go.
Harrises. I don't know if I should. I swear to fucking God, I am gonna get some PTSD type shit from this podcast, and that jingle is gonna trigger it.
Okay, so if you don't remember, the first scripted Hateful Harris I ever did was about social media egos. From the same essay,
Oh, for fuck's
I
sake.
took one of the other bits that didn't get too serious, and it's about words that we all hate on the internet. Well, words that are created on the internet that annoy me, and how grammar misuse and stuff like that irritates me quite a lot.
This is comedy gold.
We all have words we hate on the internet. Even the people who are responsible for the creation and utilisation of words I hate certain words.
Fap. Fap is one.
My pet hates are bay, cool, spelt KWL, people, spelt PPL,
Can I?
and
No
baby,
one's
spelt BBY.
No one has spelt cool with a K since like 1997.
Whatever. They really set my teeth on edge, an opinion shared by many, I hope. I don't know why they annoy me. 3 of them aren't even made-up words. They've just been shortened by someone who clearly doesn't have the time or effort to find vowels on their touchscreen keypad, but clearly have the time to omit them in such a way that their internet friends will both understand and regrettably begin to plug into their pointless and needlessly frequent tweets themselves. Fuck off, Matthew. You are not interrupting this one.
You have far too much time on your fucking hands.
This becomes a real problem as the operative word in social network is network. This means that more meaningless words are being created and more valuable vowels are being omitted. People need to accept that we have an English dictionary, so they should read it and use words which they have at their disposal.
Dick.
Who really cares about brevity anymore? There is no need to accommodate it.
Wanker.
Embrace the freedom of prosody and stop raping our vocabulary for Humphrey's sake.
Oh, we've put too much emphasis on rape this episode.
If you didn't get that reference, John Humphreys, I believe he's called John Humphreys, wrote an article called "I Hate Text Messages."
Oh
And
I think I've read it.
Yeah, and he talked about texting language raping our vocabulary.
Yeah, we've dropped the word rape far too many
Now,
times.
I'm gonna focus on
We're
Mark
gonna
Zuckerberg.
We're gonna get some flack for this.
This is right. This next section is based on Facebook.
Let's
So
rape her and rape the gorilla.
I'd say it's out of Mark Zuckerberg's jurisdiction to correct erroneous grammar misuse and alter obscene abbreviations before they're posted. Besides, they're so ubiquitous, if he did take the time to do so, it will be at least the 2100s, and Facebook will have long since passed away.
Frank Harris is coming for you, Zuckerberg, you cock.
Again, just because social media acts as a playground for the gradual demolition of our lexicon to occur, it shouldn't be victimised for the goings-on it shouldn't have to accommodate. So that's the first one.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
The second one's longer and funnier.
Oh, for fuck's sake, it's longer.
But this one is one that goes really close to my heart.
Avril Lavigne.
Wasps.
Oh, shut the... No, we're discussing the last Hateful Harris.
We have all encountered them.
No, we're discussing...
We all think they're dickheads.
Why can't we discuss the fucking one about texting?
What? Alright, fair enough.
Alright. So, what were you saying about Zuckerberg?
I'd say it's out of his jurisdiction to correct these mistakes. I'm not saying it's he's a bad person. I'm saying, I'm sure he would if he could.
That goes without... It's not his responsibility.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Well, it goes without saying.
And it's out of his jurisdiction.
I don't
You
think...
can't do it.
I don't think there's anyone going, Zuckerberg needs to police our grammar.
Well, I'm not, but, if he could do that automatically, then that would be great, because I hate misuse of grammar.
Well, it's not his prerogative.
Well, fair enough.
Oh, we're going on
Wasps.
Okay.
We've all encountered them. We all think they're dickheads, and we all know that...
I've never heard of them.
We all know their stings are quite painful. Unless, of course, you've never been stung by one. In said case, kindly fuck off.
Is it like... Stung? Is it like a plant, like a nettle?
Shut up.
I've never heard of a wasp.
The talent every wasp has without fail...
What's the plural waspi?
What?
What's the plural of waspi?
Wasps. Wasps.
Are you sure it's not waspi?
No, it's wasps.
Alright.
I mean, the plural of Guinness isn't Guy. Or
Is it
Guinea
not?
Sai. Or
Is it not?
Guinea. No.
What's the plural of Frank?
Franks.
Francarai.
No. The two talents every wasp has without fail is not having any justifiable value to our ecosystem like bees have. They also have the ability to
Everything
fly in
has
every single flight pattern other than a straight fucking line.
everything has a justifiable fucking place.
No,
in
they
our
don't. No, they
ecosystem.
don't.
Wasps.
Wasps don't. Well, I'm going to get onto that. Most people who find wasps tolerable say that wasps are single-handedly responsible for there not being a massive amount of greenfly, which in truth might be the case. However, there is such a thing as pest sprays, which do the same thing, and they don't sting you when you do anything other than tolerate its miserable, shitty existence. The remarkable thing about wasps, though, is their ability to make people vacate areas. There are probably some buff, bitter-drinking 40-year-olds who would abandon their pint if they so much saw a wasp. I once saw a wasp on my bedroom window, doing nothing. Yet the mere presence of the menacing yellow thing made me dash out of the room. Yes, that's right, a fucking wasp made me vacate my own fucking bedroom.
Yeah, you are a pussy though.
These perils aren't ended here. They're also a dick to children. Picture this. A warm sunny day and you're in the park watching a mother take their daughter of 4 years to buy a Mr. Whippy from the ice cream van. The mother tenders the £1.20 and the daughter receives the ice cream complete with a flake and strawberry sauce. Then along comes a wasp, yellow and buzzing. It gets within 2 feet of the child, and the child, out of pure surprise, drops the ice cream. After seeing this, the wasp would fuck off, knowing that the damage has been done, and he would then leave the child to not have an ice cream. Wasps don't tend to sting people, granted. But the thought that they can do so at any moment...
Are they interrupting your fucking stalking of little girl, Frank?
No. I was getting ready to go in the bath the other day and I had nothing on my feet. I had nothing on my feet and...
You had nothing on your feet?
No, in my bedroom. I was getting ready to go in the bath.
Oh, right. I thought you meant getting into it, like, go through that same
I
thing.
felt... and I felt something on my foot. I thought, oh, it's probably just something on the floor. Then I felt it move, so I kicked out my leg and it was a bumblebee and it was buzzing on the floor. It looked pretty drowsy, but I had to go and get my dad to sort it out.
Right.
But by that time I was in the bathroom. I went in the bathroom and shouted at him and said, Dad, can you sort it out?
Alright. So the thing about wasps not benefiting our ecosystem and they do absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
I've googled it.
Yeah, alright.
Speaking in very general terms, wasps do a lot of good, actually. The term wasp is used to describe thousands of species within the order Hymenoptera.
Right.
These include the parasitic wasps like Inchinoids and Barachnids. Hunting wasps... Brachnids.
Yeah.
Brachnids. Hunting wasps like mud daubers, digger wasps, and spider wasps, and pollinators like the fig wasps, as a group, wasps provide extraordinarily important ecological services, including pollination, predation, and parasitism. Put simply, without wasps, we would be overrun with insect pests, and we would have no fig Newtons. So what they do is they pollinate flowers,
Like
right?
bees do.
Like bees do. Right, but
They kill pests like pesticides do.
Yeah, no, but pesticide is not like a natural way that Mother Nature has devised over hundreds of years of evolution. Pesticide is something that man has come up with just to fucking keep his crops nice and clean when wasps do that.
Wasps don't tend to sting people, granted, but the thought that they can do so at any moment and not subsequently die from doing so seems unnecessary.
You're upset with the wasp because they don't die.
If they didn't have a stinger, people wouldn't be afraid of them. If people weren't afraid of them, they wouldn't kill wasps on sight, would they? And if they weren't killed on sight, then nature enthusiasts wouldn't be getting menstrual over wasp populations falling rapidly. I, for one, don't give a fuck about whether wasps go extinct. I'd rather have a few more greenfly hanging around than have to run the risk of being stung by a little yellow cunt who hates people having fun.
He's not having fun. He's not like... You're giving this wasp too much credit.
No, he's afraid of people having fun. He doesn't want people to have fun. That's why he goes. That's why wasps tend to fly in densely populated areas. Like when people are having a picnic, wasps ruin picnics.
He's not the fucking Grinch.
Picnics are nice. Picnics are nice things to do. You ought to know. You went on a midnight picnic.
I
with your
didn't.
ex-girl.
I didn't actually.
Oh.
It was raining.
Right.
And but even Ben Manuel...
Rain ruins picnics. I should write a Hateful Harris about rain sometime.
Yeah, but rain serves an important...
Yeah, I know it does. Right.
But wasps don't.
So we're 40 minutes through now. So what do you want to do? Do you want to leave it there, or should we go for 45?
Have you got anything to say? I mean, I've done a lot of talking about Harambe the Gorilla.
Well, we could do what we did at the end of last season. We do a wrap up of the season.
Did we?
I think we did. Yeah. Yeah, we definitely did.
All right, we'll do a wrap up of the season.
Okay, so what have we learnt this season? What have we learnt about me this season? Just more.
We've learnt a lot about me this fucking episode.
We've learnt more of the same about me, that I'm a bit strange.
Autistic.
I'm not autistic. Fuck off with the autism.
Right. What have we learnt about me this week? I'm a dirty fucking pervert.
Yeah.
I don't really care for negative opinions about me. It's just, I mean, I don't really care what people think. I'm pretty open about that. What else have we learned? We've learned do not if someone's been shot in Leeds, do not wish them fucking well health or speedy recovery after they've died.
Right, we're going out in Leeds, aren't we, in a couple of weeks?
Are we?
Prom.
All right, yeah.
So I'll try not to get stabbed there. I sent the person in charge of the music a massive long list of things that I wanted.
Avril Lavigne.
Avril Lavigne was the first thing I wrote, and I put quite a lot of detail into which Avril Lavigne songs he should play. I put
my god.
Most of the stuff.
Who's this?
What?
Who's in charge of music?
I don't want to name drop.
Is it a teacher?
It's a teacher, yeah.
Alright.
So I said most songs off the first album, Let Go, are pretty good. Nothing off album 2, 3, 4, or whatever she's doing now, because quite
just
frankly,
the first album, then.
We're not interested, really. If he had to dip into album 2, however, Don't Tell Me is.
I am so glad you are not fucking DJing this.
Then, like, a load of other people came over and started throwing out suggestions. You know, some party tunes, S Club 7. I put a Venga Boys song down.
Oh, I wish I were there. I would have said I don't know what I would have said, actually.
Well, think about what you would have said, and I'll tell you if we put it on there.
Berserk by Eminem.
No, we didn't put that on there. We put Rap God on there, though.
Oh, that's alright then. I'll take Rap God.
Cool.
I like that song.
Yeah. What else would you put on there?
Well, what else? Oh, You Gotta Fight for Your Right to Party by the Beastie Boys.
Oh, we didn't put that on there.
That's a good one, though.
Yeah, I might have to tell him.
You gotta fight
Da-da.
for your right
Da-da-da-da.
to party.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. What else would I have put on there? California Love by Tupac and Dr. Dre.
No, we didn't put that on there. We tried to steer away from rap quite a lot.
Oh, I like it.
Well, it has to cater for everyone.
Yeah, I suppose. So you've got Rap God on there, and
All the Small Things we had on as well, which everyone likes.
which one's that?
All the Small Things by Blink-182.
Oh yeah. But yeah, if you've got Rap God and you can at least try and get the Beastie Boys Fight for Your Right on, yeah, I'll set that.
Yeah, cool. Well, it should be a good night anyway.
Yeah, so I don't know what we're gonna call this episode, but because we've touched on a lot of dark subjects, really, and I don't think we can really call it rape. I don't know. I'll think of something. All right. So this is Matthew Bentley and Frank Harris from the study room signing off for another season.
We'll see you back on the Study Room podcast on the perils of social inexperience in the next few months.